Welcome back to the Cable Data Science channel. Today is January 28, 2021. It's about 7 o'clock in the evening here in Central Ohio. I'm getting ready to do the second part of my video on for the benefits law analysis of the states of New York, Texas, Florida, Illinois, and Pennsylvania. Briefly, I chose those 5 states. First of all, I started with New York, and you'll see in a moment why that is. And secondly, these states are relatively close in population. Before we get started, let's take a look at an article to understand where I started with, okay? Start with this article right here. This is published today, which is July 28th. New York severely undercounted virus deaths in nursing homes, report says. The state attorney general, Laketa James, said it is likely that the Cuomo administration failed to report thousands of COVID-19 deaths of nursing home residents. Last year, Governor Andrew Cuomo has tried to brush away a persistent criticism that undermined his national image as a man who led New York through the pandemic, that his policies had allowed thousands of nursing home residents to die of the virus. Let's take a look at something here. An example. Where's an example? Let's see if we can find a number here. I know there's some numbers here someplace. Interesting. Can't seem to find the part I missed. That's kind of odd. Is this edited? Huh. This is sort of interesting. Take a look here. That's really interesting, isn't it? There used to be a paragraph where it actually talked about a specific case. Interesting. I wonder if this is a new data released by Dr. Zucker puts the total number of deaths connected to nursing homes at 12,743. This is kind of curious. Oh, okay. Here we go. In one instance, an unnamed facility reported to the health department that had 11 confirmed and presumed deaths on the site early August. Well, early August is a fairly vague thing. The Attorney General survey of that same facility found, however, 40 deaths. So it's a problem that the nursing home underreported. I mean, was nursing homes pressured by the administration to underreport it? That's the point it's missing here. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a fan of Governor Cuomo. I'm certainly not a fan of the New York Times. But so how come the health department? So it was reported to the health department. Okay. The Attorney General's survey of that same facility, however, found 40 deaths, including 37 at the home and 13 in the hospital. Uh, I don't know. I don't know what the hospitals. I mean, it's just you know what it is. It comes back to that place of residence that that the New York Times talks about on their GitHub repository. Yes, they may die in a hospital, but their place of residence is the nursing home. Okay, but the most important thing is anyway. So first of all, I find it very interesting that the New York Times would run this, an article that's critical of a Democratic governor. Okay, all right. So anyway, so we're basically going to take the same data we started with over here. Okay, Let's load a couple of libraries. We got this. We got this. So all we're going to do is here, I'm going to take the existing code. All we have to do is come down here. And all we really have to do is go back and change the variables in a couple places. Instead of cases, we're going to have this. We'll come back up here now. We're just going to copy all this stuff here. Same code, just different variables, okay? All right. We can come back up here now. This. So we got this here now. Now all we got to do is change all these variables to death. You know, it may not actually change this. It'll certainly change this. Yeah. Okay. So all I'm doing, I'm keeping the variable the same. Okay. Down here's where I convert it to a vector. Down here's what I could be using this here. Where I calculate the significant digits, do a Benford analysis, and do an MAC. Take a look at this here now. Error cannot find function since for the analysis. Let's come back up here. This. Run this again. Okay. Well, this isn't really good. If this is the expected value, look where the actual numbers are for New York State. The cases. Well. And in a few states I looked at, which probably see here, there appears to be more discrepancy in deaths than cases, which presents kind of an interesting situation. Now let's take a look at Texas. Oh, Texas, filtered deaths. We got this. We got this. Wait. Okay, what's going wrong here? Select new deaths. Pass that to cases. Okay, good. Let's take a look at. Holy smoke. Okay. You can be a skeptic if you want to. But, I mean, at some point you got to say, wait a second. Really? Your deaths are that far off in Texas? Holy smoke. Let's take a look at deaths in Florida. What do we do up here? Well, now let's see. The first digit, which should be the highest, is like 15.9%. This is the number we're looking for there. Is anybody telling the truth about their numbers? Surely there must be one honest soul. Uh, okay. These numbers are not looking very good. Everybody appears to be cooking their books. Wow. Okay. Let's save this. Let's run it all the way from the top one more time. We looked at the cases in the previous videos. We're just going to skip down to the deaths here, okay? Let's go. As you recall, most of the states looked okay. Okay. Now we have Memphis law select death selected states. We start here with New York State. Expected values, actual value, not a good situation. 11.3%. Okay. Now we come up to Texas. Texas, again, is about 11.9%. Okay. Here we go. This is Florida. Actual, expected, not even close again. Are there any honest states in this union anymore? Okay. All right. Let's do one more thing back up here. Let's turn off some messaging and stuff like that. All righty. Okay, so that concludes this report for these. When you do analysis of these four states, with cases and deaths, this is a set part two of that first of the short video. This is the deaths comparison. Okay, and we could do something crazy like do a BIMF analysis for the U.S. as a whole. Okay, but I'm not sure it's really necessary at this point. Echo false. So anyway, that concludes this report. I'll leave it up to your discerning judgment to decide uh, what you think about the deaths in the U.S. anymore. Okay, because if this is correct, then it means based on a small sample of states, deaths are actually COVID-19 deaths are higher than the 419,000. All righty, that's just throw it out there for your consideration. And now, since I'm ready to leave you here, Uh, who wants to be the 71st person to subscribe to my to the Caribou Data Science YouTube channel? Who wants to be the first person to share this report on one of your social media platforms this evening? Okay, and who wants to be the first one to click that like button? Okay, thanks so much for your time. We'll catch you on a later edition of this report.